Whales are the biggest and most majestic animals on the planet. There are many different species that migrate through Australian waters each year, but they are in danger of becoming extinct. Whaling has been practiced around the world for centuries, and even though it has been illegal for nearly 29 years, some countries still participate in the industry, causing great danger for the sustainability of whale populations. Whaling was Australia's #1 industry after the first colonies arrived in 1788. The first whaling station was positioned in Eden, New South Wales. Whaling was a booming industry between the 1790s and 1850s. The British colonies were not the only nation to thrive off of whaling, with US and Norwegian ships fishing off Australian shores. During the 1850s, whaling was somewhat abandoned in favour of the gold rush. Whaling re-emerged in the 1900s with the invention of steamboats and harpoon guns. As the industry progressed, more onshore stations were developed, although the need for whale oil had decreased due to the invention of petroleum. Whales were hunted for many different reasons. Whale's meat was processed and traded, and whale bones were used to make corsets, umbrellas and whips. Onshore stations were placed in Albany and Ningaloo in Western Australia, Moreton Island, Norfolk Island and Tangalooma Point in Queensland, Eden and Byron Bays in New South Wales, and 9 stations in and around Tasmania. Many different species of whales were targeted in the 200 years that whaling was present in Australia. Sperm whales, blue whales, humpback whales, southern right whales, sei whales and fin whales were all hunted for different reasons. The Department of Environment states that these species are either vulnerable or severely endangered. Blue whales and southern right whales are classified as endangered. The southern right whale has been protected since 1937 and the blue whale since 1960. Evidence provided by the International Whaling Commission indicates that each species population is increasing by 8% annually. The humpback, sei and fin whales are vulnerable to extinction, with numbers still declining as whaling continues. The International Whaling Commission was formed in 1946 under the International Convention for Regulation of Whaling. Australia has been a member of the IWC since 1948 and is one of the leading nations in the fight to protect whales. The Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act of 1999 explains that the Australian Whale Sanctuary includes all Commonwealth waters. Within this sanctuary, it is an offence to kill, injure or interfere with a whale, resulting in severe penalties if convicted. Countries such as Japan, Norway and Iceland still participate in commercial whaling, even though there was an international ban implemented in 1986. These countries find loopholes in the system, stating their purpose for whaling is scientific research. There are many ways in which illegal and commercial whaling can come to an end completely. Donations can be made to conservation foundations in order to help them in research and conserve the whale species. When visiting any countries that still serve whale meat products, try to avoid it at all costs. The Australian government recently took action against Japan in the International Court of Justice to prohibit whaling in the Antarctic. By supporting both the local government as well as the laws and inner workings of the IWC, there can be an end to commercial whaling once and for all. Whaling was an essential part of life in the first 70 years of Australian colonisation. It was important to developing a stable economy and allowing for crucial trading agreements. Australia today is very supportive of the ban on commercial whaling and will continue to support this in order to see the repopulation of many whale species.